Bonus show, Mensch. We had 2 days off, kind of getting ready for the season. We taped a show on Wednesday, and I got to go screw it up. But I kind of couldn't help myself. We got prospects to watch all over the country. We haven't seen them since last season. So why wouldn't we do a bonus show the day before football kicks off? And by the way, 236 days until the NFL draft. Mensch, you good?
I'm good, man.
All right, let's roll with this then. Now the big news, Mensch. Excited?
I am excited. Can't wait to hear what you got. You never telling me anything ahead of time, so
I know I purposely do it because I want to see your reaction, kind of like the audience is reacting. You're a peek into that window. We've got a live show coming up. I promised a special guest. That live show is in Chicago. It's September 10th. The McShay Show is going live on the road for the first time ever. Seats are starting to go, Mensch. Okay. And what I'm about to say, I have a feeling you might want to go to theringer.com/events, September 10th in Chicago, Lincoln Hall, and get your tickets now because people love this guy. People love this guy nationally. People love this guy around the world. I knew him when he was a pup. I knew him when he was trying. He and a couple buffoons who remain buffoons, and they will admit it, but like are highly successful in our I don't even know our space, whatever space it is. I knew him back when we were doing a combine. So it's some like dinky field in Massachusetts, I think in Dorchester, Mass, of all the lovely places. And I'm timing him run 40-yard dashes and vertical jumps, measuring and all that stuff.
It's a big time hit right there.
The big cat, man. Dan awesome. Katz, our guy. The big cat is going to join us. Special guest. I can't wait. He's beloved in Chicago. I've been talking to him. He's like a 7-minute walk. I said, we'll send a car service for you, big guy. You know? He's like, he sent me a map, 7-minute walk. So the big cat is going to join us with the big fella Mensch, myself there, the little guy. And we're going to have a blast that night. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll break down some tape. We'll take you inside. We'll talk Chicago sports and football, obviously, the Bears. We'll talk Notre Dame. We'll talk Big Ten football. We'll talk national scope. We'll reveal some draft stuff we haven't revealed yet on the show. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to want to be there. So again, theringer.com/events is where you go get it. You can get all your ticket information there. But know this, it's Wednesday, September 10th in Chicago, Lincoln Hall, and Barstool's own Big Cat will be joining us. And I'm really, thank you for joining us, my man. And we're excited. We're doing a college football preseason extravaganza in our newsletter, the McShay Report. Google it, subscribe. It's the McShay Report. You can subscribe for free, and you're almost out of time. September 1st, 50% off. If you go become a premium subscriber right now, premium subscriber by September 1st, you get 50% off for the year. I'll hook you later, so you might as well get half off now.
Yeah. Get the deal. But
Dan's coming at me every day this week with a new article for the newsletter. But I love this one. I like this one so much that I was like, you know what? We're going to do a show on Friday. And I had to get Mensch out of his cave. I had to come off the beach.
Or into his cave.
Hat. Fridays to me, you're in your hoodie. I threw on my big blue Swampscott High School, my little hoodie. And so there's nothing
bad. I didn't even notice that. That's nice.
Man. Big blue. Swampscott Big Blue. It's week 1 of college football. So let's play the hits, right? I don't have to go deep diving into all these matchups of day 3 prospects, some small school. Like, we get to see for the first time this season the top prospects back on the field. Are they bigger? Are they stronger? Are they faster, quicker, more refined? This is our first look at them, Mensch, to start our 4-month tape process leading up to the 2026 NFL draft. So let's start right off the top. Saturday, 7:30, ABC. And sorry, Herbie and Fowler, but the McShay Show is breaking in with about 5 to 10 minutes remaining. In that primetime game, we'll be on YouTube. Go to the McShay Show page. Because I can't, there's no way we could help ourselves. We got Nussmeier versus Klubnik. We got Peter Woods. We got TJ Parker, 2 potential top 10 picks. The influx of talent, LSU in the portal, homegrown talent. But like, I can't wait to see these quarterbacks. I saw them at the Manning Passing Academy. So as I said, we're going to play the hits. I want to see Nussmeier. I saw him at the Manning Passing Academy. Hey, I saw Klubnik. I saw him hey, Nuss. I'm the only one out there. I don't even think people there. I don't think the reporters and everyone. I'm the only one with my dinky phone filmed you throwing that 40-yard throw into the basketball hoop in between drills. I saw that. Hey, Club, I saw you talking to Peyton at the 50-yard line. I saw you being a sponge for that information. I also saw you working drills with the high school kids, imparting your wisdom, the way you carried yourself. Both these guys, the way they carried themselves. You talk about like it and like who's got the stuff. These 2 guys stood out above all the other great guys in terms of just you want to play for them. And so you got Klubnik on one side with a veteran team and 4 offensive linemen back. Wide receivers growing up. Talked about Wesco, right? Talk about Antonio Williams, who I already think is kind of like fringe first rounder. But how does Klubnik do against this LSU defense now that's improved? They sucked in 2023. New coordinator comes in last year. Bags, and they start to figure things out, but they're still kind of up and down, middle of the road. The portal, second year in the scheme. I want to see Klubnik. How does he get at home game? And then there's Nussmeier on the other side, going on the road to the other Death Valley, 7:30 p.m., prime time. He's got tendonitis in his knee. Brian Kelly said it's a 1.5 out of 10 injury. But is it like somewhere down to certain points last season? Do we see any, like as a scout, am I seeing anything in his game that's concerning about that? As a scout with both these quarterbacks, new wide receivers, younger guys getting older, where are we in the process?
Yeah.
As an NFL evaluator, this is going to be a fourth quarter game.
Yeah.
You and I both know this, and I'll let you jump in. I'm sorry. You and I both know this. The season's over. We're getting ready for the Senior Bowl, getting ready for the Combine, all this stuff that goes on after the season. The first thing you do with all these prospects, doesn't matter the position, the first thing you do is you go back and you look at that schedule because you got it on our iPad right there. I'll pull it up, right? And I want to watch certain games first. It'll be the college football playoff if these teams are fortunate enough to be there and take care of their business. It will be for LSU, a couple big hitters in the SEC. For Clemson, it'll be that South Carolina game probably and a couple other games. You on like the 18th of September off the top of my head, maybe Florida State if they're as good as we think they could be with all the transfer portals. We might be down in Clemson for that game on November 11th.
8th, I think.
8th, whatever it is.
Whatever.
Didn't show up on the 11th if the game's on the 8th. We're going to start with this game. So this game is critical for both of them.
Yeah, I want to see how they manage their emotions early on, and I want to see how they manage game situations. I mean, that's what's going to be great about it. What are they looking at on third and short, third and long? Who's going to take care of the football the most? Who's going to make the plays that they need to move the offense? And then who is going to have the, as you would say, the cojones to step up and make a throw when it's there? You know,
the onions.
The onions. You don't want to be checked down Charlie all game, right? That's great. It's good. But when you get a chance with those weapons, when you get a chance to strike, who's going to be the guy who steps up and takes advantage of those opportunities? And I think for Nuss, it's probably a tougher test, right? You're going on the road, new offensive line, that defensive front. It's probably a tougher test for Nussmeier. But both these guys, man, like let's get back into it. Let's go. Let's start like breaking down some guys in some real life situations in some big time games against some big time talent. I mean, how lucky are we? This opening weekend's awesome, but how lucky are we to see these two quarterbacks right out of the gate?
And I'm not doing this by like game times or anything else. I'm doing like, these are the two players that I want to see the most. And you know who the third is? I just am so intrigued by TJ Parker. Yeah, I know Peter Woods is on the defensive line. I can't wait. TJ Parker's in the 10 guys that I want to see the most. I've got him third on the list as an edge rusher.
Really?
You know why?
Oh, these are draft guys, though, right? These are
draft prospects. Yep. Yeah, draft prospects.
Got it.
TJ Parker, like if he takes it to another level this year, I legitimately think he could be the top edge rusher. I legitimately think he's a top 10 pick, maybe top 5. And I say that because it was power-based pass rushing, just destroying guys. That Pitt offensive tackle is still having nightmares.
True, though.
The guard from Virginia that he ran over, I think the Florida State guard, we saw him stand up and literally run over guys. So is he bigger and stronger this year? Is there more of that? And is he more refined with his hands and tying his feet to his hands and kind of, I want to see where he's developed in his game.
Me too.
Fox, big noon kick. And it's Caleb Downs.
Okay.
And why Caleb Downs? Like, he's such a sure thing. We know what he is. He's a safety, so he might not go top 3, top 5 because he's a safety, but he's carrying the highest grade of any prospect in the summer work that we did on tape. He's carrying that in to this season. But now things are a little different, right?
Mm-hmm. You're the guy, man.
Knowles is out. Patricia's in. Knowles is the guy that made those 3 high looks and put you in the right spot. Patricia's a really smart dude.
Yep.
Patricia with Belichick, they did a lot of great things. But then all of a sudden it was offensive coordinator with him. It was the Lions. So
that's squirrely. Yeah.
It got a little squirrely for a minute. So now Patricia's here with a lot of pressure on him as defensive coordinator at Ohio State, defending national champions. But I want to see Downs in this system. I also want to see Downs as the guy, as you said, 8 players drafted, more than any other defense in the country, gone to the NFL. So now, like, you're not protected by JTT, Captain Jack up front, and those defensive tackles that were both drafted. One of your linebackers got drafted. Sonny Styles is back. One of your corners, like, they lost a lot. Can he still be? Yeah. Can he still be that? Can he be allowed to? Or is he pressing and trying to do too much? I'm curious. I want to see. And you get to go up against Arch.
Yes. Right.
Noon kick, all eyes in the country. No offense, Tennessee, Syracuse. No offense, ABC. Like, all eyes are on this game. I can't wait to see what Caleb Downs is able to do. Can he bait the young guy into a couple plays? When Arch takes off and runs, and it's going to be a lot, talk to people at Austin. They're not holding him back, man. Mm-hmm. He's going to use those legs that he got from his grandpop and from his mom, track star.
Right.
And from his dad, wide receiver. Okay? Yeah. I'm excited to see that. Anyone else in that game? Texas?
I mean, the corner Malik Muhammad against those Ohio State receivers is going to be pretty good to watch. I mean, there's
Carnell Tate. Is he taking another step?
Right. So yeah, there's going to be other guys. I mean, that you just talk about the tight end Jack Endry's going against Downs there a little bit. That speed will be interesting how it challenges them. On the other side of the guy, Max Clare, the tight end from Ohio State.
Yes.
That he should be very good against those zone defenses, but we'll see. Is he smart enough to figure out where he needs to be? I think he is. So there's some, I mean, it's all over the place, right? I mean, there's going to be a lot of matchups.
All right. So we talked about Ohio State, number 1 team in the country versus Texas, number 3. Clemson, LSU, both top 10 teams. Not quite the game, but this one's fascinating to me, man. Number 24, Tennessee versus Syracuse. Also a noon kick. Again, apologies, ABC. A lot of eyes are going to be in Columbus and that Fox big noon kick. Mm-hmm. But I'll be keeping an eye on Gerard McCoy, man. McCoy out of Tennessee is the number one cornerback. But there are people in the league that believe if healthy, if back to 100%, he's cornerback one in this class for 2026. But is he really after 7.5 months?
I'm
just 7.5 months off of ACL? That's the report. A, is he in the game? I'm told he is. B, is he 100%? And C, this is why I marked this down. Syracuse throws the ball as much, if not more, than any other program.
More than anyone last year.
No hiding, Gerard.
No, they spread you out and they are go, go, go.
So that's going to be fascinating. Okay. 3:30, just after those kicks, you got the Ohio State number 1, Texas number 3, then Tennessee's number 24 going up against a Syracuse program that we know recruits well and is going to throw the ball all over the yard. Those games are over. 3:30, ABC. They lost the window in the noon to Fox. They ain't losing the window here. Florida State, Alabama. Alabama ranked 8th. Florida State, the all-time wild card. Awesome in 2023. Like an absolute, I can't use the word I want to use because I'll get in trouble, but an absolute mess in 2024. But there are people who think that they might be pretty good. I had to dig one for you, for my big guy here. I had to dig one trench matchup, and I found it. Alabama center Parker Brailsford versus Florida State nose tackle Darrell Jackson. I want to see Brailsford, who's graded higher coming in the year, but both guys trying to play well enough to lock down a spot on day 2. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
Jackson didn't have a great year last year. A lot of hype about Florida State. Jackson in the interior, Patrick Payton on the outside. Well, Payton's transferred to LSU. Might not even start for the Tigers right now. Darrell Jackson's back at Florida State. Here's what I love about this. And you tell me, I want you to tell me. You got 6'2", 290, quickness, hand placement, leverage, smarts. Versus Jackson, 6'5", 337, behemoth power.
Yep.
What's that going to look like?
I mean, it's all about technique. If Brailsford's going to have to play with good pad level, he's going to be quick. He's going to be smart. By the way, that's something that he does well. Yeah. But you could have a lot of good snaps and good tape, and then you're going to get exposed if there's any kind of lapse. So that'll be the key for him. I think both players will be motivated early on to come out and show what they can do. Jackson is more physically imposing. It's not just the size. I think he's the better overall kind of athlete, better natural tools. So Brailsford, the key for him is to make sure that he's got his angles right, that he's quick. He knows a snap count, which, as the center, he should. And he'll get some help from those guards. He's got some pretty good guards next to him, so that'll help him as well. So it's a good matchup, though, because it's that quickness and technique versus strength and just raw power. We'll see how it goes.
All right,
By the way,
go ahead.
I don't know if you get into it, but in the Miami game on Sunday, Ruben Bain Jr. against those Notre Dame.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
All right.
This is what happens. I give you a little offensive line leash, and you go running off script. So we got noon kickoff covered. 2 games. Number 1 versus number 3, Ohio State versus Texas. We got also on ABC, Tennessee, the number 24 team going up against a dangerous Syracuse team. 3:30 covered, Alabama, Florida State. Prospects in all of those, right? And we have the game I'm probably looking forward to the most. I mean, arguably, I don't know which one's more exciting. Top 10 matchup, Clemson versus LSU, Klubnik, Nussmeier. And we'll be on late in that game. YouTube channel, come join us. It's going to be fun. And we're going to then recap the whole day, what we've seen. But while we're still on, definitely, we're going to have to go back and watch the tape on Sunday morning on this one. It's on ESPN Plus. I wouldn't have thrown this in. We know about Sam Levitt for Arizona State. Arizona State's ranked 11th. They're playing Northern Arizona. It's not about the matchup for me here. I want to see Jordyn Tyson, the wide receiver, the first time I get a chance to put my eyes on him. He's He's 6'1". He's like 210. He's physical. A lot of Debo comparisons. I'm not sure he's versatile, but strong after the catch. Physical receiver. Got a little bit more scoot than you think. But the drops, man. 7% drop rate last year. 8 drops on 114 attempts.
And the way he caught the ball, I mean, it didn't look good on tape.
Right? Fighting it a little bit. So I want to see the drops part. Like, did we do the work in the offseason to improve? Very clearly. Any scout that he talked to, any coach on his staff he talked to, that's the area of improvement that has to come. But he's also coming off that injury last year.
Right.
That held him out of the college football playoff. And
so you want to take a peek. You want to see how
I want my eyes. Is he crisp? Is he crisper in and out of his breaks, or is he struggling a little bit? Is he the confidence in the injury? Like, so all that stuff. But he's vying for wide receiver 1, man. There's a lot of good guys, but there's no Jeremiah Smith or Ryan Williams in this year's class. So it's a competition. Maybe it's Antonio Williams. Maybe it's some of these other guys. So I want to see Jordyn Tyson in his first showing. Then we go to Sunday. We'll be up real late Saturday night doing our recap show, breaking into that primetime game on ABC, Nussmeier versus Klubnik. Sunday, though, South Carolina versus Virginia Tech. Sneaky good game. We don't know how good South Carolina is going to be this year. Yes.
And it has that Virginia Tech Miami game that was out like insane last year where Virginia Tech had the Hail Mary. There was a touchdown and it was called back. And maybe it's because it was just Virginia Tech, but I'm just getting vibes. I'm getting vibes that Virginia Tech South Carolina game is going to be a lot better than some people think.
But I really want to see LaNorris Sellers. Because I'm really going to want to see him in every game versus a competent defense. But this is the first time we can see, okay, I saw such growth in him from week 1 to week 4 and beyond last year. Now you got an off season to go watch tape, to work on your footwork, work on your mechanics, become more consistent as a passer, to work with these young receivers. And I'll get to one in a second. I really want to see LaNorris Sellers in that game. Are we sending a message? Is this a guy who really is on track to be in the 2026 class, right? Who's got the talent and the mobility that none of these other guys have, but could maybe be QB1 or still growing, still a long way away. And it's not going to be decided or defined. And we saw from last year, week 1 to week 4, the growth. And I'm sure we'll see more growth this year from week 1 to week 4, but I want to see where he is now. And then his wide receiver, I'm actually almost more intrigued by.
Yes.
Nyck Harbor. He looked like a track star with physical phenom traits you just can't coach, like DK Metcalf, that like long, tall, big, all these things with burnt like track star speed. You know why? Because he is a track star.
Right.
And he looked like a track star playing football last year. But I'm now told full focus on football this offseason, first time in his life. Committed, showing major improvement as an actual receiver.
Played tight end in high school, which is, again, you're a pass catcher, but it is a different thing. When you're running routes out there, it is a different thing.
So could this guy who, like, I can't stamp with anything right now because I only saw the physical flashes, but I don't know what he is as a product, like a wide receiver product. Is the growth as good when I'm watching it as the reports are coming out of Columbia, South Carolina? And then finally, what time's that Miami Notre Dame game on?
7:30, I think.
7:30. Sure. So it's 3 o'clock for LaNorris Harbor, Nyck Harbor, and
7:30.
And South Carolina going against Virginia Tech, and then right after that, 7:30.
That's a great Sunday afternoon game. The more I look at that game, again, what a great opening weekend. That's Virginia Tech and South Carolina is sneaky.
2 players I want to see, and we'll get out of here. Carson Beck from Miami.
Atlanta, but sorry, go ahead.
Carson Beck from Miami and Jeremiyah Love for Notre Dame. Love is obvious. I just want to see him. I want to see if he's, like, reports are he keeps getting better physically. He's worked. He's like his, all the things. We got a mini mailbag, I'm told now.
Dan's on top of us, man. You can feel us trying to sneak out of here.
Always. I got one last day at the beach. I got to get going. Jeremiyah Love, I want to see coming into the year. You got a quarterback, right? CJ Carter just got named. Everything's on his shoulders. Pup. And this Miami defense, by all accounts, improved. Then on the other side, I want to see Carson Beck. What a roller coaster offseason. I talked about him, man. It's almost like this rejuvenated, career rejuvenating PR firm that he went to. Let's just go make all sorts of social media mess. Let's let Georgia let me get away. Go to Miami, bring my Ferraris, get them stolen, date a superstar online, break up with her because of all reports my deeds. But then all of a sudden, a few weeks before the season starts, let's get the reports out there that, man, he's more decisive. Receivers aren't working for the ball the way they used to. Really comfortable in this offense, showing up early, staying late, teammates responding to him, leadership.
Oh, we'll see.
I get to see Sunday at 7:00, Mitch.
Right, yeah.
All right.
Don't forget Reuben Bain Jr., the edge from Miami, going against those Notre Dame offensive tackles.
All right. Few mailbag questions. Yes. No, go ahead. Finish.
Now, I want to see if he regained the form. I thought he was awesome last year. I really do. But he was even better in 23 when he was healthy. So I kind of want to see if he's back into shape, back into form, and he's rolling out there like he was 2 years ago.
I totally agree. And if he is, he's a first-round pick all day long. Yep. All day long.
Yep.
All right. Mailbag. These are premium subscribers. We thank you for it. And this is one of the many ways that we try to pay you back for the investment you've made in us. And again, it's the McShay Report. Go ahead and Google it. Subscribe for free if you want, or this is your chance. You got like 72 hours left. September 1st, last day that you can get the McShay Report for 50% off for the year. Okay. Here, this one's from Jordyn. Appreciate you, Jordyn.
You want me to read them, or are you going to read them?
Go ahead, read them.
From Jordyn. Love the show, fellas. As a native Lubbock Texan and Red Raider football fan, is it wrong to be excited about the money football strategy used to get the nation's top-ranked transfer class to bolster our chances for a playoff national title run? Why can't Lubbock be like Norman, Clemson, or heck, Tuscaloosa? He's talking about the Matador Club, right?
The Red Matador Club.
The Matador Club. It's great.
I love that. They've had 16 transfer portal guys is what I last read. David Bailey, maybe the best of them from Stanford.
Mm-hmm.
Got a chance to be a first-round pick, but it's got a lot to prove this year. No. What are you trying? Don't apologize to anyone, because you know what's going to happen? A, you got to find the right guys in the portal. B, you got to plug holes that the roster already has. C, you got to have your coaching staff mesh them. D, you got to have a general manager that knows the money to spend, and the cap, basically a salary cap. E, there are existing players that have been in the program that now have an opportunity to work with some more talented players. Like, it's still ball, man. And I'm old school. Look at me in my high school freaking big blue hoodie. Like, yeah, I'm old school. But this is what we're living in. Is anyone mad at LSU for all their transfer portal guys? Like, no. It's just, so get out. Get out of here with the question. It's a good question, but get out of here with your Lubbock the Matador Club guilt. Like, let's go. And the only way you're going to compete with Tuscaloosa and Clemson and Norman is to compete with them.
Right. And Jordyn, if I'm wrong, please
my high school base. Speaking of Swampscott High School,
here we
Frank
go.
D. Felice, God rest his soul. Two things I'll always remember. I told you the one thing is one of my favorite all-time quotes. We're going to play Matignon, this high school, for a scrimmage in the preseason. Boys, we're going to be there. We're going to try to play 27 innings. Going to be there all day long. Pack a lunch. Can't eat it on the bus. Can't eat it on the field. Figure it out. And we did. And now I look at my son, Cade, who's 10 years old, and how many times I want to tell him that story? Like, how about we figure something out? And number two that I won't forget from Frank D. Felice, don't go to a hatchet fight without a hatchet. But think about it. LSU.
No, it's true. Listen.
Alabama, they're bringing hatchets, so you got to bring your hatchet.
This is what I think. And Jordyn, if I'm wrong about you specifically, please forgive me. I think there's a lot of fans of like the Texas Techs of the world who have for a long time said we don't have the same resources as those big time programs, and that's why we don't win here. And that was kind of the reason why you didn't like them, right? They were the big corporations. They're kind of like the Yankees. You know, everyone hates the Yankees because they get all the players, and you always hated these big time corporations, but it was okay because you were the local guy who loved your local team. And now that your local team, your small team is going out and spending like the Yankees and spending like the Clemsons, you're like, oh, I don't know. Do I feel okay with this? Guess what? You do. Winning is way better than that feeling of like, oh, we are who we are, and we'll always be that try hard team. And take the wins, Jordyn. Spend the money, man. Go out and don't feel bad about it for a second. Go do it.
All right, let's go. I totally agree with you. Let's go. We got 2 more questions. I want to be out of here in a couple minutes. Okay. It's Friday. It's game time. Let's go.
All right. The next one. Got to pull it up. Sorry. I'm curious. This is from Jerry. I'm curious how much stock teams and scouts put into programs and coaches during evaluations. And I'm not talking blue bloods. Think Minnesota and PJ Fleck, a consistent Power 5 performer, winning bowl games 5 straight years with at least a round 2 pick. Runs a clean ship, but isn't among the elites anywhere. That's from Jerry. I think Jerry might be a gopher. Feels like a gopher. He's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong. And honestly, I'll tell you this, Jerry. Like, you'd be shocked the amount of time. If I have 100 minutes talking to a scout, obviously, but let's just say 100 minutes for even math. It used to be 90 of those minutes would be about the player, the height, the weight, the speed, the strength, the power, the explosiveness in and out of breaks, the arm shot, all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I find myself like, I don't know, they're much more interested because it's become much more important. And maybe it's 60-40, maybe it's 50-50, but maybe I'm talking 60 minutes about the guy.
Yeah.
The work ethic. Because everyone now has the same level of tape and access and analytics and everything else. Scouting hasn't gotten easier, but it's gotten easier to access everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like the old days where you had like these old scouts on the road and they're trying to unearth guys at a small program, or a guy maybe wasn't a starter and only started 4 games. Who was it? Ron with the Raven. Ron. I don't want to mispronounce his last name, but like, I just think back to like some of the old scout, everyone has access. Now it's about like, does this guy love ball? Is he tough? Does he fit what we're doing? Oh, you know what I mean? And so I say that because I've never heard anyone say, well, no, that's not true, actually. I have heard. He comes from that program. He played for that guy. So, yeah, there is some of that.
Yeah, I think of Howie and the Eagles taking all those Georgia players. And then you could say, well, that's just a super talented Georgia team. I know. I get that. And, another example is Mike Vrabel from the Patriots taking Travion Henderson. I do think there are programs, because what it speaks to right there is when you're talking about work ethic and all those things, you have to trust. I can tell you right now, there are players that I've talked to scouts, and one of them will tell me he's the best kid ever, and another one will tell me they got questions about his work ethic. You had better trust who you're asking. So if you have faith in a program, and I think it is a bigger deal, and it's not generally one program, it might be multiple programs. So if you, for example, with Minnesota and Fleck, if you trust Fleck or whoever is on his staff that you're talking to, that he's going to give you the right steer on a guy and tell you this guy's awesome or this guy's not, you are more apt to go in that direction. I often think about it, and it's your story to tell, and maybe you want to tell it, but Jamarcus Russell coming out of LSU and what you were told about Jamarcus Russell coming out of LSU wasn't necessarily accurate. It
was far from accurate.
Right. You got some bad information, and you go back and you say to yourself,
yeah, and I never used that source again. And I got better sources over time. And like, yeah, when he was sitting down talking to reporters because he was gassed after his pro day workout, and I like questioned that, and it was like, no, like he's like, it's actually part of what makes him great. Like, never a big moment. He's relaxed. He's poised. And I was like, all right, he's just built a little differently, but I couldn't get over him throwing 65 yards in the air from a knee, hitting the goalpost, right? Because I was young and I was stupid. Yeah. I was stupid and I didn't have the access. But as it went on and I got more access, I think it's important for coaches, like you always knew Nick Saban's not going to kill one of his players who's going in the draft, but you know where guys stand. And you know if he thought he should come back for a year, if you know if he was a program guy. And then when there's one that's exceptional, you knew who those guys were too. He had a way, his way. Urban Meyer was the same, had a lot of contentious conversation. Good friend of mine, Urban is, to this day. So, yeah,
remember,
I think it's important.
When Sanchez came out at USC and Pete Carroll was begging him basically in public, don't do it, man. That was a tough to watch.
It wasn't a good look for Pete, but you know what? NFL teams trust him.
But I also think Pete was trying to do like everything in his power to say to the kid, please listen to me. And Sanchez had made up his mind that he was coming out, you know?
All right, last question. Let's go.
Yep. Last question.
Chad.
Too slow. Go ahead.
Do any of you have an out of nowhere team? See that you're better at reading.
I do.
Do any of you have an out of nowhere team that's not ranked that can make a real playoff push this year? Personally, I keep looking at the University of Washington's roster and believe that Jedd Fisch can make a real run. Go ahead.
I don't hate that, by the way. Washington's an interesting team.
I'm a big Jedd Fisch guy too.
Utah. Listen, I texted.
I was going to say Utah.
Shut up. I texted Sanford Steve.
I got another one though.
2 weeks ago, and I was like, "Am I crazy? Am I crazy about Utah?" I look at that offensive line. They are doing the same thing that Oklahoma is doing with John Mateer in the offense coordinator. Utah's got a transfer quarterback coming in, Devin Dampier, who threw for like 2,700 yards and ran for over 1,000 yards at New Mexico. His offense coordinator, Jason Beck, who was really successful at New Mexico, is coming over too. Again, the offensive line. I think of all the close games that they lost, all those heartbreaking games that they lost last year go their way. And I believe in Kyle Whittingham. I think Utah is going to win the Big 12. I think Utah is going to get in the playoff. They're not in the top 25 for the coaches or for the AP right now. Sanford Steve was like, no, man, you're not missing it. And then I listened to our guy, Pete Damel, on College Game Day.
Gave us a nice plug, by the way, on our
he
show.
Did. And guess who he has too is his sneaky team, Utah. So I think it's kind of not a well-kept secret, but they're not in the top 25. I think Utah is a team that could get into the playoff and make some noise.
Washington is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Denzel Boston is the real deal. I can't wait to see his growth this year. You got Jonah Coleman, running back. They portal it. They recruit well. Jedd Fisch knows what he's doing. What I'm most interested in watching him in Manning Passing Academy, dude, Damon Williams is a guy.
You keep bringing him up, man.
I know he's 5'11". I know he's 197. We're not talking about the draft. I'm talking about college football this year. You got to deal with him.
Mm-hmm.
You got to deal with him.
They're not there as far, like, I don't hate it. But I think Utah is my team, but Washington's another one to keep an eye on. And he gets Takario Davis, the corner that some people are not thrilled about as an NFL draft prospect, but he was a damn good corner for Finch when they were in Arizona together. So
I'll give you another one.
You're full of them. Let's go.
I'll give you another one. You ready? USC.
Interesting.
What if USC, like, Lincoln Riley can still coach, bud. Jaden Mayava is talented. We saw flashes last year against Notre Dame. I'm just looking at the Jacoby Lane at wide receiver.
Lemon at wide receiver.
Makai Lemon at wide receiver. Defense got better last year. I don't know.
At Illinois, at Notre Dame, at Oregon. Good luck, man.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
All right.
It's not that I don't like the team. That schedule is going to be tough to sneak in.
I'm telling you, they're 7-6 last year. I get it. Struggles, all the problems. Lincoln Riley doesn't do the fit. Something tells me USC is sneaking around the chicken coop. And yes, Lee Corso, who's actually a good friend, congratulations on retirement. Like,
amazing, man.
I'll tell some more Lee Corso stories next week, but like, he's everything that you hope him to be. A lot of times you meet the guy and he's not the guy that you thought. He's literally everything and more genuine than you would expect someone who's became that big of a star. So Congratulations to Lee. I hope everyone enjoys watching him in his final college game day, and everyone enjoy it. Like we snuck this one in. We weren't even supposed to be here. I said 20 minutes. We're pushing 40. I love you. Enjoy week one. Come see us Saturday night. Come see us Saturday night. YouTube live. We'll be there at the end of the game later. 5 stars.
5 stars.
Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts. Or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.